Liverpool have a point to prove. By their own admission, they were awful at Goodison Park in September. It's a measure of the high regard Roy Evans has for Robbie Fowler that the 18-year-old comes straight back into the side after 7 weeks on the sidelines with a hairline fracture of the left leg. Liverpool have been making chances but not taking them. Fowler for Nigel Clough is the only change from the side which lost at Blackburn. A surprise on the bench, a place for Michael Thomas, who's played just 5 minutes of first-team football in the last 14 months.
The formation as well, the 1-11 there, it does suggest that John Barnes, who has been playing in Fowler's place, will revert back to certainly what's a more customary role for him on that left-hand side. Be interesting for me for these two. As we saw there a couple of minutes ago, 42 league goals conceded this year just isn't good enough if you play for Liverpool. What they'll have to be concerned about is obviously they'll have to deal with balls up to Brett Angel, both centre-backs. They'll feel comfortable with that. What they might not be so comfortable with is Tony Cottie's little runs in between them or down the side, anywhere like that. So they'll have to concentrate, particularly, I think, with Dix and Jones both keen to get forward at home today. But with Robbie Fowler back, partner Ian Rush, the one thing you can guarantee, Martin, there'll be plenty of movement with Rush either side and Fowler almost a mirror image of him.
Mike Walker waited until the last minute before revealing his hand. Also one change from the side which beat Oldham last weekend. John Ebrell returns to midfield after suspension in place of Barry Horn. Neville Southall equals Bruce Grobbelaar's record with his 34th appearance in a derby. There are two derby debutants, Graham Stewart and Brett Angel.
This again, I think, will be 4-4-2. 4 at the back, Martin. Watch for Pricky coming in on his left foot and hitting balls from everywhere. But again, like so many derby matches, it could well be down to who wants to win it most.
Well, the banter and the build-up all part of the occasion and helped today by the presence of Roy Castle. Roy's fight against cancer has touched the heart of the nation, and his fundraising efforts here supported by both clubs. He is going to lead out the two teams and will participate in the toss-up. Roy's target to raise the £12 million needed for the first international centre for lung cancer research here in Liverpool. Well, the Merseyside derby is always special. Never more so than today. You can share it all with us. Liverpool against Everton. It's live after the break. League derby number 150 in the 100th year since Liverpool and Everton first met. Liverpool attack the Kop end in the first half. Beagrie. Rob Jones, who was a non-playing substitute for England at Wembley. Here's Dix. Long from Jackson. Liverpool could go fifth if they win today, but that's almost secondary to settling a score against the old enemy. It was a very one-sided first meeting in September. Jones. Rush. It's almost like a father and son combination up front with Rush and Fowler. Both Evertonians as boys, of course, and also Steve McManaman, who leads the throw here for Jones. 12 is Ronnie Whelan, brought back by Roy Evans, having been left out of Graham Souness's plans from the moment that Liverpool left Goodison Park in defeat early in the season.
First thing to look at for me, Martin, is how they'll cope with the wind. It is very, very windy up in Liverpool today. And it's noticeable, even in the first few minutes of a a white-hot derby that both sets of players are trying to pass it about, get a feel on the ball.
Fowler. Here's Andy Hinchcliffe. John Ebrell preferred to Barry Horn today. Tony Cottee holding wide on the left in a position where he could be found. Jones comes back with that excellent acceleration of his.
The one thing you never have to worry about on this near side, Liverpool, with Rob Jones' pace.
Fowler with a throw. Dix trying to get the ball back to him. Still Dix. At the end of it by the Liverpool number 3. It suggested to Matt Jackson in particular that the decision should go Everton's way. It hasn't. Right climbing, falls here from Manaman. A lot of bodies between him and the goal. Cracky. There was no time there for Cottee. And Jackson right under the nose of the referee. There could well be a booking here.
You can see why the Everton players are upset, Roman. Tony Cottee feels, and I thought quite rightly, Julian Dix came into a free kick on him there. Now that's a free kick in anybody's language.
Look how close the referee is.
Exactly. So you can understand the frustration of the Everton players. That was a definite free kick on Cottee. And if you smash this one in the top corner, you won't hear the last of that.
Having a good look at it, and of course Barnes is involved as well.
Just looking at just on the left of the screen there, Ronnie Whelan, he's certainly not shy, he's just loitering there with a little bit of intent.
Barnes leaves it for Redknapp. The Wall does his job. Whelan involved now. He did well to get it on target on the stretch, but I think in the end justice was done in that Liverpool didn't take full advantage from the decision that went their way after Everton were left complaining with some justification.
This is a free kick I thought they might try and pull. Ronnie Whelan certainly known for striking a ball very cleanly.
Cracky, that's a fine ball for Cottee. And James keeps it out. Tony Cottee has never scored at Anfield, either in his West Ham days or in his time with Everton.
Well, we couldn't not quite see in the replay the wonderful position that he did take in the beautiful pass from Preki. But that was an opportunity there for Cottee.
Ebrell. Cottee in front of Cottee. Dix. Right, taking a risk. Beagrie. Everton have got a lot of players forward. Graham Stewart on the ball. Beagrie. He still kept on chasing in. James did hang on.
Only just the horrible bounce you want to deal with, and Mark Wright will be pretty relieved that his goalkeeper does actually hold on to it.
Beagrie, back to him from Angel. Now Hinchcliffe. Beagrie. Kept it in. Everton have got a lot of players in the middle. Preki on. He's certainly got the ability to strike one on the volley.
I'll tell you what, Martin, a shallower ball and they had problems. Mark Wright had been drawn out the middle, and that left Neil Ruddock to cope with both Cottee and Angel. But the cross was deep enough to give Dix a chance to clear it. I mean, that's a foul. That must be. Julian Dix will have to calm down a bit, Mark. There's just a couple of times in the last 2 or 3 minutes where he's looked like he might lose the head, and he did there. It was a reckless challenge, no need for it. Watch there, no one's going anywhere. That's just reckless. In an area like that as well.
Still not been booked in his Liverpool career. It's his 18th game. It's against his previous track record. Dave Watson! Everton lead, the signs were there. They've got the goal.
Well, I said it was reckless, and they really have been punished to the full. Dave Watson is excellent. Preki's delivery is first class. And if you're looking for Watson to be determined, he was. Mark Wright doesn't get off the ground, and the header is a comfortable one. Watch this. Watson's way up above from Dix. Won't Julian Dix be a lot happier within a minute of conceding that free kick? But Mike Walker will be furious. All his two centre-backs have to do is just make sure they're deep enough to deal with it. They aren't, and Rush doesn't pass up chances like that in a Merseyside derby.
So the two sides have swapped goals midway through the first half. And even down the almost 100 years now of these matches, there have been so many thrills, but how about this for a quick turnaround to the scoreline. Dave Watson headed in, the former Liverpool reserve, scoring for Everton, and then the former Everton supporter who's hurt the club that he used to love so many times down the years, Ian Rush, pouncing on that lack of concentration at the back. Dix gave away the free kick, and Everton scored. Dix put the pass forward, and Liverpool equalised. And here's Jones. Redknapp. Barnes. It's buzzing here. Rush. Fowler. Not back by Jackson, not with any great authority. Southall had to scurry more than he would have liked. Fowler was closing in. And somehow the two scorers, so typical of the occasion, when red and blue are standing side by side on the cop. Barnes. And again, Lanneman going in first, he'll reach it, no! Rolls out to Jamie Redknapp. McManaman's there again.
Well, they could have scored from either of those crosses. And two crosses that caused no end of problems to defenders. Barnes is early. McManaman's in there. I'm thinking, go on, throw yourself at it. He opted to go with his foot and was about a foot short. And as it come back out here, this is equally as dangerous. Redknapp puts it straight back in. Watson struggling. And I think the leg in front of McManaman was enough to put him off.
1-1 here. Dave Watson gave Everton the lead straight away. Sensationally quick. The equaliser from Rush. Barnes. Rush again, and the flag is up, and this time there's a bit of relief for Everton.
But again, you do have to admire Rush's ability to spot an area, to make those angled runs. And with Barnes, look at him, nearest the camera, he's inside immediately. He's not offside, we can see that quite clearly. It makes a perfectly timed run on that. And he's very unlucky that the linesman sticks his flag up there.
Well, if they ever bring video evidence in a situation like that, there would have been a goal scored. Stewart swings it in. Hooked forward by Rush. Liverpool pushing out. Redknapp. Plenty of space for McManaman. Now, can they keep the speed of the move going this time? McManaman tries to do that. It was a terrific shot.
Tell you what it was, Mark, it was a terrific save.
It was too, and it's not been recognised.
Definitely got something on that. You watch this closely. McManaman, this is going in the top corner, there's no doubt about that. It's starting to bend, but look at the faintest touch from Southall to put it round the post. That was better, though, from Liverpool, wasn't it? They got the ball to McManaman and he went straight at them and got the shot in immediately.
Ruddock. And a back line comprising, I think, all four players. Graham Souness signings, and the goalkeeper David James as well. Barnes. For Fowler. He's in here. Can Liverpool take the lead? Yes! What a moment for Robbie Fowler. In the first half of his first derby, this fledgling forward with bags of promise, as you can see.
Well, this is all down to Ian Snowden. It's very bad defending. If he tracks Robbie Fowler all the way, at least he can do something. He stepped up, he tried to play him offside. That was all that Fowler needed. And how is that for composure on the finish? I'll tell you what, I'll be asking one or two questions about your centre-back there. I said that the movement, the running ability of Russian Fowler might cause Ian Snowden problems, and it did then.
But what about this? I've been calling them father and son up front, Russian Fowler, and they're absolutely equal in goals for the season, 16 apiece. They both scored here. And I wonder when Robbie Fowler, not too long ago, back in 1987, was standing on the cop behind the goal that Southall has been trying to defend, when Everton came here and knocked Liverpool out of the League Cup, and Fowler was cheering for the Blues then. He could have ever thought that he'd be experiencing what he's feeling now. But again, it's what this Merseyside fixture is all about. And Liverpool lead by 2-1 after Everton had scored first. Well, the half-time whistle goes, and 3 locally produced players have found the back of the net here. Robbie Fowler with the third of the 3 goals in the half, after Ian Rush had straight away equalised the header from Dave Watson. Everton to start the second half, having conceded a goal 9 seconds, we timed it, from the restart, having taken the lead. A real sucker punch, and then of course that other psychological blow of losing a goal just before half-time. How will they cope with those crises of confidence? If they can put the despair out of their minds, they might reflect on a reasonable first-half performance in many other respects. Foul. Whelan. Redknapp. Barnes actually got in front of Dave Watson, didn't touch the ball. Watson certainly did, and it's a corner. Take it. Right. Just dropped behind Ruddock, trying to tee up Dix, and the aim was a bit awry. Whelan. Right. It's a lovely cushion header for Fowler. Rush is in there again. Right. Rush can't get there because it's walloped away by Dave Watson.
What a great clearance from Ian Snowden, I think it was, Martin, but the 2 centre-backs, didn't they do well for Liverpool? Header from Ruddock at the middle, lovely cushion header from Mark Wright. That's the cushion header from Wright that allows Fowler in. Tries to knock it over Southall, and look how well Ian Snowden does there.
As Everton pulled everyone back, they didn't deal with the danger. Whelan, a rush, well stopped Southall.
Well, they're going to get punished again, Mark, if they continue to allow Ian Rush to run into areas like that. Brilliant run again from the striker. It really was a run again to admire, and someone who's well tuned into those runs. Ronnie Whelan was the one providing the pass. It's been noticeable that both Barnes and Whelan have supplied the perfect pass for that type of perfect run. The only thing that let him down there was that Neville Southall, for once, stopped him scoring.
Well, he stopped him often enough, but he's also scored often enough. After that, Ian Snowden actually trying to lecture the linesman. Really was whistling into the wind. It's the problem for Everton, to cope with the interchange between Fowler and Rush. But here's Graham Stewart. James started to come. Cottee. Angel not quite deep enough. Bobery, who likes to twist and turn, gets his cross in. Comes from Preki. And that was an important block by Julian Dixit. Might have found a way into the far corner then.
He hit it very well, Martin. He really did. And it was an important block from Julian Dix.
Preki to take the corner. Jackson, who read the flight well, covered a lot of ground to be able to retrieve the ball. Everton. It's Preki again, a similar chance. No block this time, no block required.
That was more ambitious from Preki, and I think he chose the wrong option here. He obviously was very confident because he struck the last one very well. But I think if we take a look at this, he's got better options. That's a very tight angle. And I think his options were better going across goal.
Hinchcliffe. Cottee. Everton. Now Jackson. Bobery. Liverpool still can't get out of their own half. Preki. Very left-footed, coming from the right. Bobery.
This is a really good spell from Everton, Mark. It really is. They've got Liverpool penned back, defending that cop end. There wasn't any doubt what Peter Bobery had in mind here when he picked up this ball. And that was to put David James under pressure. But couldn't quite find the target.
Liverpool actually haven't lost at home in the league since September. But of course, the home defeat by Bristol City in the FA Cup spelled the end for Graham Souness. Liverpool lead 2-1. Jones, who really can run. Rush!
Well, he's quick enough, Rob Jones, when he's chasing wide players and wingers. But he's just as difficult to deal with when he's running forward himself. And this was very tempting and teasing for Ian Rush. Didn't have a big target to hit. And I think that made the save comfortable for Neville Southall.
Everton are thinking about a change in the personage of Paul Rideout, who's starting to take the tracksuit off. Preki. Here's Fowler. Galling it must be for Evertonians that three of their own are attacking them in Liverpool's colours here. McManaman, Fowler and Rush. Brett Angel is coming off. Hasn't really been able to make a major impact on the game. Paul Rideout has something of a lucky charm about him in derbies. He's played 2-1-2. And at the same time, Liverpool are taking off John Barnes and Michael Thomas makes a welcome return. Just 5 minutes in the senior side this season as a substitute at Oldham. His original injury was sustained in January last year in that cup defeat by Bolton Wanderers here. Jackson. Whelan read that well. McManaman. Well, there have been times this season and times last season when McManaman didn't quite have the class, but his shot there I was going to say, didn't have the confidence to go with his class, but the class is oozing from every pore at the moment, and it was a pouring save from Southall.
It ended up being a wonderful save from Neville Southall. On both counts, not only from the first attempt, Martin, but from the second.
Cotty. James is committed. I don't think Stewart realised that. Cotty is hurt. And Everton have a free kick. A foul by Wright. Gives us a chance to pay tribute to the agility of Neville Southall from Steve McManaman.
He looks to curl this one, and the wind's causing all sorts of problems, but watch how quickly he's back on his feet again to pot away from Robbie Fowler. That was goalkeeping of the highest quality.
And it's that training routine that you see goalkeepers doing so often, practicing not just the initial save, but bouncing up to beat the ball away. Super stuff from Southall. It remains a compelling game, and Everton with Watson, and Watson again. Oh!
Well, that's a golden opportunity for Dave Watson and Everton. It's a lovely free kick movement. They work it along the ground, played it first time, all one-touch stuff here, and as it drops to him, well, you thought Dave Watson can't miss.
It was John Everell all the time offside. We might not see it here. There he is,
you
the
can see him
number
there.
14. Yeah.
It may well have been, Martin. It may well have been.
Well, we know that there are more than 16,500 on the Kop today. And a total attendance of more than 44,000. All enthralled. There's a little bit of camera shaking there in our pictures. We can only blame this wind that comes at gale force at times. Hoping to blow the game in the right direction is Barry Horn, who replaces Brecky. Thomas. Well, it's the Kop as you want to remember it now. The scarves being waved. You'll never walk alone being sung. That's the definitive description. Hinchcliffe hammering it up to Rideout. Able to turn. Going down. But ruled the referee under his own volition. And Ruddock wasting it, perhaps hoping to hit it up into the far corner. It's coming back into his area from Watson, but he makes it his. Jackson had to settle for the throw. Jackson. 4 in the penalty area for Everton. Beagrie. Deflected. Oh, what a save! And what a time to perform it. David James, who's staking a claim here to keep Bruce Grobbelaar out even when he's fit again. It's a corner. McManaman as high and as far away as he can get it. Brave header by Mark Wright. Well, if Robbie Fowler, one youngster, has won the game for Liverpool, David James, another, has protected a lead.
You're right, Mark. It was a wonderful piece of goalkeeping. It really was.
And that's how much it means, because as the play goes on here, Liverpool players are celebrating the final whistle. And on an afternoon of landmarks, Liverpool have landed the points from the 150th League Merseyside derby. Robbie Fowler's goal just before half-time, the crucial one. An amazing sequence midway through the first half when Ian Rush equalised Dave Watson's opener for Everton. 9 seconds from the restart, we've timed it out. But then David James, who hadn't had too much to do directly, made an astonishing leap to prevent Peter Beagrie equalising. Even more emotion than usual here with the forthcoming demise of the Kop, from which generations of rival fans have shared these derby occasions. Roy Evans' own son standing there today to cheer his dad's first success as a derby manager. Mike Walker, never one for the melodramatic, will shoulder the burden of Everton's defeat, but he'll curse the way the 2 goals came and the timing of them. He'll have learned more about his players today. Perhaps you do that in defeat. Liverpool were ashamed of their performance at Goodison in September. Their pride is back here at Anfield today. No double for Everton. And it's red and white which predominates here. Robbie Fowler, a first taste of it all. He's won the points for Liverpool. He's with Nick Collins.
Well, Robbie, as Martin mentioned, your first Merseyside derby. How does it feel to score the winner in it?
Oh, I don't know words, can I? Describe how I'm feeling now, like, you know, just to come back and score's a bonus, and because it's a Merseyside derby, it's like special to me, like.
And to score it in the Kop end, the last time the Kop will be used for a Merseyside derby?
I think, you know, all fans like Liverpool, anyone, like, will be gutted to see the Kop go, like, no, it doesn't really matter who scores as long as the team's winning, like.
I think we can show you the goal, actually. Here it comes just before half-time. Great time to get a goal.
It's a great ball by Digger Barnes. I didn't realise I had that much time there. I just picked the spot and just whacked it, really. And I thought it was going wide off and just winning off the post.
Any mixed feelings scoring against Everton, the team you supported as a schoolboy?
No, I'm Liverpool through and through now, like, so I'm just pleased to be on the score sheet again, like, so.
The game was played at a frantic pace throughout. Were you able to keep up with it throughout, bearing in mind that you've just come back from an injury?
I did struggle at times, like, but once I got going, I felt okay, so.
Well, a terrific performance from yourself. Your teammate Steve McManaman was named Carling Man of the Match. Perhaps you might pass that to him as well. Well done, Robbie. Congratulations.
Thank you, Nick. Well, we're here for a good while yet. They probably are on the Kop as well tonight. So, the final score at Anfield: Liverpool 2, Everton 1. In front of the Kop for the last time. It could have been 2-2 in the final minute, but for a fabulous save from David James. We've all been waiting to see this again, Peter. This was some stop, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I was having a look at it, well, in real action, I thought it took a deflection.
There,
and it's
it
off
did.
Joe. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, it's just, it's a fingertips job, isn't it?
Because that ball was moving too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's got to set himself for the first shot. I mean, it's a flick on by John Edward, it looks like.
90 minutes on the clock here. Hit it.
Right, Peter Beagrie hits it.
You know, David James, he's not had much to do in the second half at all. I'll tell you what, to pull this one out, because he must have looked at it, he must have thought, am I going to get my fingertips to it?
How did you assess it, Roy? You first.
I thought it was an entertaining game. I thought there were plenty of chances in the game. And for the early part, I thought Everton did well and probably deserved to go ahead. But I was pleased after that we got back.
Mike?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. The only thing from our point of view was the result, obviously. But and I thought the second half, particularly, we had them penned back and they were relying on breaks a lot. But our last ball in wasn't good enough, and James has made a hell of a save at the end as well, which you know, that's the sort of save that keeps you in the game. You know, we could have just nicked it there and got back into the game. But you know, we can't give goals away and. You know, and expect to win the games. I was disappointed because we've gone one in front and we've given it away, which often happens, doesn't it? Lack of concentration, whatever. And it's a good finish. I'm not knocking that, but from our point of view, it wasn't good.
What did you make of the atmosphere?
Well, I thought it was tremendous. Obviously, I thought the Kop were fantastic. The last derby in front of the Kop, and I really enjoyed the occasion.
Did that atmosphere give Liverpool a bit of an advantage, the fact that it was the last time the Kop was going to be seeing a Merseyside derby, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I think it's, you know, as I say, it was my first derby game, and despite the loss, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was all I expected it to be, and it was great. I don't think it gave them an advantage. I mean, you have a slight advantage at home anyway, but, I mean, Everton have come here enough times. Our players have been experienced playing in front of the derby games, and I thought it just made for the game. You know, it was a good game.
How important to come back to make it one match each in the series for this season?
Well, it's always nice when you live in the city and you say at least we can go down with a bit of pride this week. And like Everton, the Everton lads, the Everton supporters have had maybe 4 or 5 months of being able to give us a bit of stick, and now it's our turn in a friendly way, of course.
That's right, mate.
Yeah, well, I'll find out, won't I?